What if I told you that a woman can feel attracted to a man in the first few seconds and she won't even understand why? Not because of his looks, not because of his money, but because of a few hidden triggers that her mind reacts to before she even thinks about it. Most men never learn these triggers, and the ones who do, they stand out instantly. That's what we're unlocking today. She notices you long before she admits it to herself. It might happen in the way you walk into a room, how you look at her for just a second longer than usual, or the calm energy you carry without trying too hard. Something in her chest tightens for a moment. Something feels different, and she can't explain it, but she feels it. This is the moment where the first trigger begins working quietly, silently, without you saying a single word. Because attraction doesn't start with what men think matters. It starts with the things that hit her emotions before her brain can process anything. Now, here's where most men go wrong. They chase, they over-explain, they try to impress, but the man who understands these silent triggers doesn't need to do too much. He lets the psychology work for him. Let's break down how it happens. It starts with something she can't put into words. Your calm confidence, not loud confidence, not the look at me type of energy, but the quiet, steady presence of a man who seems sure of himself. Women feel this more deeply than most men realize. When you're calm, controlled, and unbothered by the noise around you, her mind instantly labels you as someone who is used to attention, someone who isn't desperate for approval. And here's the secret twist. A woman's emotions react before her logic. Your calm presence hits her like a soft wave, and she doesn't even understand why she's paying more attention to you than others. She starts noticing little things, the way you move, the way you talk without rushing, the way you take your time. Instead of trying to impress her, it creates curiosity. Curiosity creates focus, and focus creates the first spark of attraction. But calm confidence is only the first trigger. There's another one that hits even harder, and it's the trigger that makes her wonder, why am I suddenly thinking about him? It happens the moment she realizes your attention isn't something she automatically gets. You don't stare at her like every other guy. You don't follow her around with your eyes. You don't rush to respond the second she speaks. You give attention in a way that feels intentional, not desperate. You look at her when you choose to, not because you can't control yourself. You listen when it matters, not because you have nothing else going on. This is the selective attention trigger, and it's powerful. Women don't want attention from every man. They want meaningful attention from the man who makes them wonder. And when she notices that you're warm but not always available, interested but not chasing, present but not clinging, her mind starts to fill the empty spaces with imagination. And imagination is where attraction grows the fastest. She starts asking herself questions she never meant to ask. Why does his attention feel different? Why do I feel good when he notices me? Why do I care when he looks away? She won't tell you this, but selective attention creates a pull inside her, a pull that makes her want more. And just when she thinks she's figured you out, another trigger hits, one that goes deeper than anything she expected. It happens the moment she realizes she can open up to you without feeling judged. Not because you're trying to act perfect, not because you're trying to be her therapist, but because you simply listen without trying to correct her. Most men hear a woman talk and instantly jump into fix-it mode, but the man who listens, who lets her express herself, who doesn't laugh at her feelings or rush to give solutions, that man triggers something she doesn't feel often: emotional safety. Emotional safety is not softness. It's not weakness. It's not losing your edge. It's simply being the man she can talk to without feeling small. And when a woman feels safe around you, even just a little, the connection becomes deeper than she expected. She starts to relax near you. Her guard drops. Her voice becomes softer. She leans in more when she speaks. These are signs she doesn't even notice she's showing. But her body does. Her mind does. Her emotions do. Because emotional safety is one of the strongest hidden triggers that make a woman feel drawn to a man, even against her own logic. But here's where it gets even stronger. Right when she feels safe with you, another trigger activates. And this one makes her see you as a man she wants, not just a man she can talk to. It hits her when she realizes you're not trying to make her your whole world. You like her. You enjoy talking to her. You're present when you're with her. but your life doesn't stop because she showed up. This is the I don't need you trigger, and it's one of the rarest traits a man can have. Not needing a woman doesn't mean acting cold or distant. It means you have a direction. You have a purpose. You have goals that matter to you more than impressing anyone. Women respect that instantly. And more importantly, they feel attracted to it. Because when a man has a life he cares about, a mission he's focused on, and a routine that doesn't get tossed aside just because a woman appears, she sees him as someone with value, someone she has to earn. And whether she admits it or not, women feel stronger connections with men they earn, not men who hand themselves over too easily. She starts thinking things like, he's into me, but he doesn't depend on me. He wants me, but he doesn't chase. He likes me, but he won't drop everything for me. That balance is powerful. It triggers curiosity. It triggers desire. And most importantly, it triggers respect. But there's one more shift that happens. And this next trigger, it flips a woman's feelings almost instantly. It happens through something subtle, almost playful. A small smile, a short compliment, a look that lasts 1 second longer than normal, and then you go right back to whatever you were doing. This is the emotional tease trigger. Not games, not manipulation, just a natural moment where you give her a tiny dose of warmth and then pull your energy back into your center. Women feel this instantly. It creates a spark, a little tension, a little curiosity. She starts wondering, was that meant for me? Does he feel something? Why did that small moment stay in my mind? You didn't flirt aggressively. You didn't shower her with attention. You didn't try to overwhelm her. You gave her just a touch of emotional energy, just enough to make her notice you, and then enough space for her mind to fill in the rest. And here's the psychology behind it. When you give a woman a small emotional moment, her imagination expands it into something bigger. Imagination is one of the strongest forces behind attraction. She starts replaying the moment. She starts reading deeper into your tone, your gestures, your presence. She starts feeling something that wasn't fully there, but she builds it in her mind. This is where the emotional bond begins to form. And right when she's caught in that feeling, another trigger hits. One that doesn't require words at all. It's your presence. Not what you say, not what you wear, not the story you're trying to tell. Just your presence. The way you stand, the calmness in your eyes, the steadiness of your voice, the slow, controlled way you move. This is the silent masculine presence trigger. Every woman feels it. Some immediately, some slowly, but they all feel it. A man with grounded, solid energy doesn't need to announce himself. He doesn't need to brag. He doesn't need to prove anything. His presence speaks louder than his words. She senses it the moment you walk into a room. Before you even say hello, her mind scans your energy and forms an impression. Is this man stable? Is he strong? Is he calm? And if the answer feels like yes, her attraction rises without her permission. Women are far more sensitive to a man's inner energy than men realize. A powerful presence makes her feel safe, curious, and drawn in all at the same time. But here is where the real magic happens. When your presence is strong and your attention is selective and your confidence is calm, she starts to see you as a challenge. And that's when the next trigger activates, one she cannot resist. It's the moment she realizes you're not instantly sold on her just because she's attractive. You're not impressed too easily. You're not bending over backward to please her. You're not giving her all your energy simply because she smiled at you. This is the challenge trigger, and it's one of the strongest attraction switches in a woman's mind, not because she likes difficulty, but because challenge signals value. A man who doesn't chase beauty blindly tells her something powerful. I decide who gets my attention. I have standards. And that message hits her deeply. She starts thinking things like, why isn't he reacting the way others do? What makes him so confident? What does he see in me beyond looks? That curiosity pulls her in. She starts giving more effort, opening up more, showing more personality because she wants to win you, not just be admired by you. And here's what most men never understand. Anything a woman has to earn will always mean more to her. If your attention is too easy, she devalues it. If your attention is selective, she cherishes it. But the challenge is only effective when paired with the next trigger. A trigger that creates emotional chemistry so powerful, she starts feeling connected to you before she even realizes it's happening. It happens when you show her something she rarely sees in the same man. Emotional contrast. Most guys are one-dimensional, either too soft or too hard, too serious or too playful, too cold or too attached. But the man who knows how to balance both sides of himself, that man becomes unforgettable. You're calm, but you can laugh. You're serious, but you can be warm. You're focused, but you can be gentle. You're strong, but you're not afraid to show a little softness at the right moment. This mix creates a powerful reaction inside her. She feels safe with you, but also excited. She feels relaxed around you, but also curious. She feels comfortable, but still challenged. Women fall hardest when a man makes them feel more than one emotion. That emotional contrast makes her feel like she has discovered someone rare, someone deeper than the average man she's used to. And when she feels that depth, the next trigger hits automatically. A trigger that tells her, this man is different, and I want to be close to him. It's not about dominance. It's not about aggression. It's something far simpler, but way more powerful. And it shifts her attraction instantly. It's your self-control, not the controlling type, but the type of man who controls himself. You don't get jealous over every little thing. You don't get angry quickly. You don't panic when things don't go your way. You don't react emotionally the moment something bothers you. This level of self-control is rare, and women feel it instantly, because a man who can lead himself is a man who can be trusted, a man who can be respected, a man who brings stability instead of chaos. She watches how you handle pressure, how you stay calm instead of lashing out, how you stay clear-headed instead of exploding. And the more she notices it, the more her body relaxes around you. The more her guard drops, the more attraction grows. Self-control tells her, this man is safe, this man is stable, this man has discipline. And discipline is incredibly attractive because it signals something bigger. A man with direction, a man with purpose, a man who doesn't drift. He leads himself through life. And that brings us to the final trigger, the one that makes a woman fall the fastest and the deepest. It's your purpose. Not money, not status, not showing off achievements, but the simple, unmistakable energy of a man who knows where he's going. A man with purpose walks differently, speaks differently, thinks differently. He doesn't wander through life hoping someone saves him. He builds, he grows, he moves forward with intention. Women can sense a man's purpose even before he explains it. It's in his discipline, his focus, his passion, his consistency. A man with purpose doesn't chase validation because his mission already validates him. And this is the deepest psychological trigger of all. Women fall for men they can respect, not men who try to impress, not men who beg for attention, but men who live for something bigger than attention. When a woman feels your purpose, she feels your strength. When she feels your strength, she feels safe. When she feels safe, attraction grows naturally, not forced, not begged for, but earned. And that's when it happens. She starts thinking about you when you're not around. She wonders what you're doing. She imagines being part of your world. She begins to feel connected emotionally, mentally, and energetically. Not because you tried to win her, but because you became the man her mind and body respond to automatically. These triggers work silently, naturally, without acting or pretending. You don't force attraction. You become the kind of man attraction responds to. And if this breakdown helped you understand yourself and women on a deeper level, then listen carefully. If you want more deep male psychology secrets that actually work, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new video from Psyche Effects, and drop a comment telling me which trigger hit you the hardest. Stay sharp, stay disciplined.